Big Lez's League, an all rugby league experience.
Let's touch on Vegas. We've got two really exciting games. Interesting point for Vegas, though. We are playing with smaller fields, obviously 5 metres shorter on each side. It is going to be a bit more of a defensive battle, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't sound like much, but it does make a massive difference. You train and you play on the exact same field every week, so he'll probably be a bit more through the forwards. Not so much room for the backs to move, so it's going to be a real battle in the middle, and sort of whoever wins that middle battle is probably going to get a little bit of joy out on the edge.
For punters as well, I'd definitely expect a very low-scoring game, so be careful with your try scorers.
Yep.
I'd be picking more edge-back rowers, middles to barge over the line as well, rather than outside backs going into these two games as well, just because it is going to be that big middle battle for these ones. We've obviously got the Manly Seagulls and the South Sydney Rabbitohs first up. Anyone from these team lists for you that stands up? Yeah, we'll start off with Manly.
The obvious one, Tom Trbojevic. He's back. Missed last year with that injury. He's just so important to that team. And obviously when he's linking up with Daly, Croker, especially in the spine in there in that middle, mate. And when I feel like with Manly, when their forwards are winning the battle, then you got Daly playing off the back, you got Tom playing off the back, and that's scary, So obviously the big one's Tom. If he can stay fit, I think they have a really good chance this year.
Yeah, I do too. And I think even without Tom, even if he's out for 5, 6, 7 games, I still think they can make the 8 just with the guys they've got that can come in at fullback as well. Garrett came in towards the back end of the year at fullback and killed it, and Cowler had an absolute blinder at fullback towards the back end of the year as well. So, I mean, they've got the talent where even if Tom Trbojevic goes down, they're pretty much the top 8 side in my opinion. So, I'm excited for them in this game, and as a South fan, I am scared shitless. Speaking of the Rabbitohs, anyone that stands out there for you?
Latrell. It's battle of the fullbacks. He has so much influence on that team. And he's looking quite trim this year. I sent photos of him the other day. He's looking quite trim. So he's looking fit. Seems happy. I seen Cody Walker pass his fitness test the other day. So when those two are playing together, it's quite dangerous for other teams.
And just them having a positive impact on the side as well and playing good football. Generally, when Latrell and Cody are playing good footy, the Rabbitohs are playing good footy. So just seeing how they combine. I don't think we're going to see much of that combination going down the left just because it's going to be more a middle battle. But going into the year, definitely a combination to watch. If they're humming, the Rabbitohs are humming for sure. And Sean Keppie, the new signing as well in the middle. As a middle yourself, what are your thoughts on him as a recruit for the South Sydney Rabbitohs?
Yeah, I think he's good, and especially coming up against the Seagulls, who let him go. He, from experience, he'll go back there with a point to prove. So I think he'll be looking to have a big game. You've got Tom Burgess coming off the bench. And Havili as well. So I think it's going to be a good battle of the middles.
Yeah, totally. Big Moali there as well. Tevita Totola, who always plays big minutes. We've got a good forward pack this year, Rabbitohs. I think it's going to be a big game in the middle for sure. Seagulls, Rabbitohs. Who are you tipping for that one?
I'm going to go with the Seagulls.
Yep.
I think I know they got over there early, prepared. They've been in Vegas the whole time. So they might have had a few beers together, a bit of bonding, and now they're ready to go.
Yep, I agree. It's going to be a big year, and I cannot wait to see how both of these sides go, and particularly this weekend. It's going to be a fun one as well. Last game for Vegas before we finish up, the Roosters and the Broncos. Start off with the Roosters. Out of this team list, obviously we were talking pre-recording about the bench.
Yep.
Talk to me.
Well, obviously a big one, Crichton left out on the bench. So he's an international player, and he's been left out of the team in round 1. So you've got some young kids in there. White, he's come in there. I know you were talking him up before, so I'm interested to see how he goes. But I was a little bit worried about the Roosters the other day when they played Manly. Their sort of second-string team. I thought they were going to blow them away, but they didn't. But then you look through their team list, the names they have is just unbelievable. And I feel like this year they might need to get going because in a couple of years, Tedesco, Tupou, Walker, Keary.
Yeah.
They're all going to be retiring, so I feel like their window's about to close.
Yeah, totally. I agree. It's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, Billy Smith's in there. Dominic Young injured for this one.
Yep.
It's just crazy how they can just so easily move Suwali to the wing and bring in a guy like Billy Smith. Their depth is insane this year. And obviously, we talked about the forward pack off the bench as well. It's going to be massive to see how that bench looks in round one. They've obviously got a few guys missing out, which is quite controversial. But when you put this side together, it's so hard to fit everyone in. And you've still got Jared to come back into the side as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yep.
Be interesting to see how this Roosters side looks. We better not bag the Roosters anymore because Macey's shaking in his boots. We might get the sack. Broncos. Taking a look at this lineup, is there anyone that stands out to you there?
Well, I can't go past the fullbacks at the moment. Reece Walsh, Payne Haas. You say it's going to be a shorter field battle of the middles. Payne Haas, there's no better middle than Payne Haas. He keeps getting better every year. He is a freak. He's probably one of the best front rowers I've seen for sure. Unbelievable. It's probably a battle of the middle, and I think Payne Haas has the edge there. Yeah,
totally. Payne Haas, Paddy Carrigan. It is definitely going to be that forward battle against Lindsay Collins, who was an Origin player last year, and Big Spencer Leniu starting as well.
Yep.
Yeah, there's just going to be that forward battle, and what better teams to pick than the Seagulls, the Rabbitohs, the Roosters, and the Broncos in terms of those forward battles with some of the better forwards in the competition as well. It's going to be a big weekend, and I'm keen for it.
All right, welcome back, Big Lez, or should I say Owen, my mate Owen.
It's not a good omen how well this hat fits my head going into the start of the season. Not a good omen at all.
You are Owen too.
Yeah, rough luck. And to only lose by one leg last week for Penrith, I mean, they were robbed at the end of the day. I think most of you guys can agree, but...
Yeah, it's all right. I can't eat because I backed your tips, so that's... Think of all the people that have followed Owen.
I apologise. We'll be better this week.
Big weekend, favourite weekend of the year for you?
I mean, they're going to Vegas, so you've got to be lucky in Vegas. And if you're not, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so you can't blame me for that.
Yeah, favourite weekend of the year for you. The start of the football season.
Yep.
All right, let's go to game one. Seagulls and your beloved South Sydney.
Yeah, look, there's a few players to watch in this game for me. You can go ahead and compare the spines and the battles there all you want. I think that both of these games are going to be forward battles. Obviously, the field is 5 metres thinner on each side. It's going to make a huge difference. Less room to move. I think that it is going to be a really tight forward battle. And it's the best, probably 4 teams to have a forward battle with. You've got the Manly Seagulls, who have got some gun forward. Taniela Paseka, Josh Alaa, a ton of stars in that team. Ethan Bullymore killed it last season at the back end. And then the Rabbitohs, you've got Tavita Totola, Sean Kepi, the new recruit who I think's killed it in the trials. Keelan Koloamatangi there on the edge. It is going to be that forward battle, especially for this game as well. I think that South Sydney, you could argue, have the better forward pack, but I think when momentum hits them, they are better with Cody Walker and Latrell Mitchell playing off that momentum as well. They are quite good when they've got a bit of go forward, and that combination is going to be deadly. So,
Cody Walker actually wrote in and hoped that you didn't tip them because you're a massive Owen.
Well, listen, yeah, exactly. I tell you what, I might be a bad omen if I tipped the Rabbitohs, so that's why I'm tipping the Seagulls.
Wow.
I'm gonna I actually like Tom Trbojevic coming into the season. The staff have said that he's the fittest that he's ever been coming into this season. No pre-season injuries of late that we've heard of. That's could be good. A bad omen as well, just quietly with this hat on. Luke Brooks coming into the season as well next to Daly Cherry Evans. I think that could be the best thing for Luke Brooks. We said it last week. Yeah. I think that he is really going to come into the year strong. He already has without Daly Cherry Evans as well. So I think that it's definitely going to be a tight game, but I do think that the Manly Seagulls are just going to get it done and the spark out wide as well. Even though there isn't going to be too much room to move, Cowler, Garrick, those guys are the best at creating something out of nothing, even when they've got no room to make anything themselves. So Manly for me over the Rabbitohs, really solid price. Well, they aren't the favourites going into this one. I think that they're definitely worthwhile though.
Okay, cool. All right, my beloved Roosters, 3.5 start against the Broncos at $1.60. You said this is going to be a forwards test. Who's got the better forwards?
It's definitely a tough battle. You've got Payne Haas going up against Collins, Spencer Leniu against Jensen, Patrick Carrigan against Radley. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better forward pack battle on your Sunday. It's definitely going to be a tough one, but I think, again, we talked about the forward pack generating momentum. Reece Walsh, Ezra Mam on that left-hand side. If they get any form of momentum, these guys are going to be really hard to handle. I think the Broncos get it done, and I know that you're shivering in your boots over there after that one. I don't want to get the sack, so I won't bag the Roosters too much longer. But I think that the Broncos, with their forward pack, with Patrick Carrigan's ball playing through the middle, and then Ezra Mam and Reece Walsh creating things off the back of that, I think that the Broncos are definitely worthwhile here for the win. And
you're confident?
I am quite confident. I think that the Broncos will get it done. I think Manly are going to get it done. I'm pretty firm on that as well.
All right, so we'll lock those two in. If you can get both of them home, we'll let you take the hat off next week.
Oh, I hope so. I tell you what, probably cutting off a bit of circulation too, just quietly. So I think the best thing will be to get this off as soon as possible.
And what's Big Lez's big multi?
So Vegas multi for this weekend. I've got the Manly Sea Eagles to win. I've got Cody Walker to score anytime. We talked about the South Sydney Rabbitohs forward pack generating that momentum, and then him and Latrell creating things off that. I think Cody Walker, I can just picture it now, on the Manly Sea Eagles line, gets a nice left foot step on that left edge after a really strong forward set, scores a try. So Cody Walker at any time. The Broncos to win. We talked about, again, the forward battle. I think that the Broncos just win that one. And Reece Walsh anytime. Again, off the back of momentum. He's one of the best guys in the league at creating something out of nothing there. So Reece Walsh anytime. $29 there from our friends at CrossBet. I think that's beautiful value. Head to CrossBet as well under the BTFU hub, and you can grab my big Vegas multi for $29 with one click.
Beautiful. Let's see if you've got that hat on next week. Thank you, Les.
Hope not.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.